there are a number of tangents and avenues that we have covered. In your opinion, what defines this second comeback for Donald Trump? We all remember his presidency towards the end of his tenure in 2019 when COVID was around. A lot of mismanagement during COVID, basically isolated and eclipsed the good work that Donald Trump had done, and all people remembered was him handling COVID-19. But the fact of the matter is that a lot of people, a lot of leaders in a lot of countries floundered in dealing with COVID-19 because, it was something so new and novel that it was very difficult, to manage things. Do you think that Donald Trump still had a lot of presidency left in him, and that's the reason why he's made a comeback? And the last 4 years after COVID-19 haven't exactly been ideal for the Americans. If you compared some of the stats related to especially immigration, where you had about 1 million people coming in between 2016 and 2020 from the southern border, and from 2020 to 2024, that number went 10 times higher.
Well, yeah, thank you. First of all, thanks. It's a great day to be an American, and it's a great day to be in America. I'm calling in from New York today. I'll tell you right now, one of the, I think, most relieving moments for President-elect Donald Trump is that he's finally done campaigning. He's finally done. And that's important because he is term limited. This is going to be his second term, the only the second person in the history of America to win non-consecutive terms. And so what happens now is that Donald Trump can write his own agenda without political ramifications or without thinking about what the next election is going to look like. And so if his accomplishments were successful in the beginning of his first term in 2017, the pre-COVID eras, then one can only imagine how great Donald Trump will be in reshaping America in his second term. And already plans are being put into place. So, for example, he has tremendous amount of support, both from Democrats. Remember, Robert F. Kennedy decided to support Donald Trump and drop his presidential bid. And so the shaping of what the agency, the administration under a Trump presidency is going to look like is going to cover very, very important areas of policy, including the U.S. healthcare system that by far spends more on patients than any other country, but gets the least amount of results. With education, when we talk about spending for our children, we spend the most out of any country in the world and get the least amount of results. And so all of this is going to be an administration that creates value for Americans. And I'll tell you, also from an economy and an immigration, which if you look at the exit polls, that was absolutely the top of mind for people that were going into the voting booths, and the reason why he won the swing states, especially among low propensity voters. The economy is going to matter, and I think we're gearing up for what is going to be what Donald Trump has called the golden years of America, which means lowering that inflation, lowering the interest rates, and making sure that jobs are protected for Americans. And so other countries should be lining up to have partnerships. At the end of the day, Donald Trump is a deal maker, right? He's a deal maker. He's not just on policy or principle, but on what's going to be best for America. And so we know that there's going to be a closer relationship with India. China should be nervous right now with the tariffs. But most importantly, we're going to see a resurgence of manufacturing, supply chain, and other things right here domestically in America. And on his first day, he said that he's going to have one of the most mass deportations of illegal immigrants, which for India and other countries should be opening up a more streamlined process for legal immigration, of which Donald Trump has been supportive of. So this is not just in America, but the reverberations we're going to see across the entire world, what the second Trump presidency, where he's term limited, is going to look like, where he has no encumbrances to effectuate the policies to what he desires, of which is driven by one mission alone, putting America first.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.